Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel, and today we're diving into the world of AI web builders. With advancements in technology, creating a professional website has become more accessible than ever before. AI web builders leverage the power of artificial intelligence to simplify the web creation process, allowing even those without coding experience to build stunning websites in no time. Join me today as we explore the benefits, features, potential drawbacks, and also explore some really popular AI web builders that are out there. Let's get started. So what are AI web builders and how do they work? AI web builders, also known as AI-powered website builders, are platforms or tools that leverage artificial intelligence technology to simplify the process of creating and designing websites. These tools are designed to assist users, even those without any technical expertise, in building professional-looking websites quickly and easily. AI web builders typically offer a range of features and functionalities to streamline the website creation process. Here are some common aspects. First of all, they usually have a drag and drop interface. So AI web builders often provide a user-friendly interface that allows you to design your website by simply dragging and dropping various elements onto the page. This eliminates the need for manual coding or programming. These builders also offer a wide selection of pre-designed templates to choose from. These templates are professionally designed and can be customized to suit your preferences. AI algorithms can also suggest design elements, layouts, and color schemes based on your inputs or the industry that you're actually targeting. AI web builders also come with an integrated CMS that enables you to create, edit, and manage your website's content easily. This can be things like adding in new pages, updating text, inserting images, and incorporating multimedia content effortlessly. So AI web builders usually come with templates as well, and they usually ensure that the websites created are responsive, meaning that they adapt and display properly on various devices and screen sizes, such as desktops, tablets, and smartphones. The responsiveness is crucial for optimal user experience across any device. A lot of AI web builders offer built-in search engine optimization features, and these tools assist in optimizing your website structure, meta tags, headings, and other elements to improve its visibility on search engine result pages. Some AI web builders include e-commerce features, allowing you to create an online store with product listings, shopping carts, and payment integration, and this is particularly useful for businesses looking to sell products or services online. And lastly, analytics and tracking. So a lot of AI web builders can also provide analytics tools to track the website performance, like visitor statistics and conversion rates. These insights can help you understand your user behavior and make informed decisions to enhance your website's effectiveness for design or call to actions. So you can see AI web builders can simplify the website creation process. They may have limitations in terms of customization, but they are an excellent option for individuals or small businesses seeking to establish an online presence quickly and efficiently. So there are several popular AI web builders available today. We'll go over some examples. The first one is the Wix ADI. So Wix is a well-known web builder that offers AI technology called the Wix ADI, Artificial Design Intelligence. Wix ADI assists in creating personalized websites by asking a series of questions and generating a customized website based on the user responses. It also provides a traditional drag and drop editor for more advanced customization. So to get started, the first thing that you actually need to do is create a Wix account. So creating an account is free. All you need to do is go into the Wix website and click on Get Started. And just fill in your information. So either continue with email or you can continue with Google and just set up your username and password with Wix. So once you've created your account, you'll be taken to the My Sites dashboard, and essentially all the websites that you create you can find in this dashboard as well, and you can separate it into different folders and kind of organize it that way. So to get started, what you need to do is click on Create New Site on the top right over here and follow through the instructions. So the first thing that they'll ask you is what kind of website are you creating? So whether you want an online store, portfolio, blog, consultant kind of website. These are just examples, but then you can just sort of look for your business type, basically what kind of business that you want to have. You can be specific, so if it's a beauty care product shop, beauty supply store, you can be really specific and just say what kind of product, what kind of shop that you're creating, and then you want to give it a name of your site. and you can change the name of your site at any time. This is just so that this is for mainly for SEO purposes, and just so you can recognize it within the dashboard. And then you want to talk about what you want to add to the site. So this is going back to Wix's features, functionality features. So things like an online store, a chat functionality, they all are part of Wix's functionality. So you can really customize your website to do certain things as well. It doesn't just have to be a simple kind of blog website or brochure build website. You can actually have like a store and forms, bookings, things like that to make your site a bit more usable and actually conduct some business on your site as well. So in this example, we'll just have the online store and we'll have some forms as well. Don't worry about not picking everything in the beginning. Maybe if in the beginning, if you want to just have like a blog, but later on you actually decide you want to start setting up an online store, you can always add these apps sort of later on as well. So later on, if you want to decide, actually I want to add a blog, you can always add the blogs later as well. Same way if you decide to remove something. So if you add an online store now, but then later you realize it's too much work or you're not ready for it to actually start selling product content, you can also remove apps as well. So it's pretty flexible that way. And you just want to click next to move on. And then you want to start using the ADI. So you have two options. You can either choose from a template, or you can actually use the ADI to get a custom built site within a few minutes as well. So we're going to go for the get a custom built site option. And only thing we need to do now is go through each of the questions and let Wix know what kind of site we're making, how we want it to look and things like that. So the first thing that we're going to add is the logo and the email address, normal address, and any social media account links. So with the logo, you just click on the plus sign, and it'll open up your file explorer on the computer. And then you just want to enter your email address and all the other kind of contact information as well, and any kind of social media links that you have. And you can add as many social links as you want, and you definitely want to add all the social links that you have. You just click on add social link and just paste in the social link. And again, you just want to add in all the addresses and any phone numbers that you might have as well. Next thing then is going to ask you to pick a theme that you like. So this is you want to look at the colors that they've used, and you want to look at the font styling that they've used. What you want to do is pick the theme that you like most, or pick the theme that's closest to the theme that you want. What happens with Wix is that not everything is set in stone. So once you pick a theme, you can always change it afterwards. So for example, if you like this theme here, but you don't like the black that's being used, you can just select it for now, but then in the editor, you can always change the black that's used as well. It's just a starting off point for Wix to know what to use whenever it's building out your site. So you want to pick the theme that works best for your branding as much as possible, or the one that works exactly as possible as well. So you just want to select and then just click next. And then it'll show you 3 homepage designs, and you just want to click in, you want to go through each of them, and you want to just select the design that you want, or the design that you like the most. Again, you can always customize these designs. This is just a starting off point for Wix to know what kind of design that you might like, and how you want your site to be laid out. So you've got 3 designs here, and what you can do is you can hover over each of them and then just scroll down, and you can see what each of them look like as well. If there's certain sections that you really like, obviously you keep them, and if there's certain sections you want removed, you can remove them as well. And if there's more sections that you need to add, you just add them as well. So once you've selected which one you like, you just click into it and you just click next, and it'll start building out your site. You also need to select what other pages you'd like. So Wix will then show you what other pages that you can have. Again, if you don't see a specific page that you need, you can always add more pages as well. Again, this is just a starting off point so Wix knows what kind of site you're building and what kind of website you want to add to your site as well. So you can see add pages to your site, and they've got different kind of pages. So you want to add like an about page. If you're an online store, you definitely want to add like a products page, like in the main shop page, a contact us page so people can talk to you, a store policies page. This is really important if you have a shop, that you have a store policies page where you can say what your refund policy is, shipping policy, things like that. All these can be added as well. Again, if there's pages here that you don't if there's pages here that you don't need to select them, and if there's pages that's missing, again, you can always add pages after the site's been built, and you can add as many pages as you want. This is just a starting off point, so they have like a nav bar built, and you have some pages built out for you as well. But once you're done, you just want to click on edit site, and you can see your site being built by Wix. So this is the final design, this is the final website. So you've got your homepage here, and this is exactly the homepage that we had selected in the beginning. And then you can see at the top we've got all the pages added as well. We've got all the social media links set, and we've got all the shop functionality all there here as well. So at this point there's different things you can do. Technically all the content here and everything that's been added you can use. So all these images, all the background images, the iconography, they're all things that are free to use, and essentially your site is ready to publish if you wanted to go publish with this now. But really what you want to do is fine-tune the design details. So if there's certain fonts that's being used that you don't like, if there's certain colors being used that you don't like, you want to change those. And then you want to go through every single page, every single section, and just change the content, update the imagery, update the content and things like that. So the way the editor works, so you have your actual page here. This is your website, but the back end, so this is how you would change everything. And then on the left here you have the actual options. So you've got the option to add elements. So every single item on your page, so like the heading, every single button, those are known as elements. So you can add additional elements to your site. You can add additional sections to your site. And these are pre-built sections, so you don't need to worry about fully designing up a new section. You just click into section and you can see all these pre-built sections that can be automatically added to your website as well. So you want to click into the section that you want to add and drag it onto the section, to the page, wherever you want it. At the top you can see things like your nav bar. So this is essentially the domain where you can connect your domain. You can switch to mobile view. So if you click into this mobile toggle here, you can start editing your site in mobile and see what your site looks in mobile and make any edits that you need to here. So for example, the header is quite large, so what you want to do is just adjust the header here and just create a little bit shorter. It's important to note though, the changes that you make on mobile won't affect the items that are in desktop as well. So me shortening the height of that isn't shortening the height of that on desktop. It only shortens the height on mobile. Also along the top you have the pages, so you can switch between different pages this way. If you just click on the drop down and you just click into each page, you can just go in and look at the page that you have and make the edits if you need to. And then you've got the edit, undo and redo buttons at the top, and then you've also got the tools as well, so you can click on the tools that you want when you're editing. So you have the grid lines and you have snap to objects, so if you can get rid of these as well, and you can also add rulers if you wanted, and you can add different layers as well. You can also decide if you want to zoom in or zoom out the view, but it's up to you how you want to do that. So the first thing that we want to do is show you how to edit the theme, so the colors and the fonts that's being used. So if you go on the left here and you're looking for site design, you are looking for site theme here, you want to click on customize, and it's split between colors and text. So this is essentially the colors and text that are being used across your site. So as you mentioned, every single section and every single thing on your site is known as an element, and every element that's on your site follows a style rule. So for example, every heading type, so this is a heading 1, the beauty store at your service, that's a heading 1, and all the heading 1s follow a specific style rule. All the heading 2 follows a specific style rule. All the heading 3s follow a specific style rule. So it's up to you how you want to decide how you want those styled. It just means then there's consistency whenever you're adding different paragraphs and you're adding different headings. All the same heading types look the same, and and it just makes your website design a little bit more consistent. There's lots of color theme presets available for you to apply to your site, so you can do your own customizations, or you can just pick a preset that's in here. All of these themes have been carefully created with complementary colors that cover like a range of different styles. They have like sleek and sophisticated pastels, and they have like bold and bright palettes as well, so you want to browse through the presets and choose the perfect option for your brand. Or you can also customize the colors as well. So to choose and customize the color theme, you want to go into the color theme here, and you essentially just want to customize each of the color types. So as well as appearing on the color picker, your theme colors are used across your site in different ways. So you have color 1, and color 1 is used as background and text. So color 1 is used for background and text across your site, and if you've added the Wix apps like the Wix stores, the Wix blogs, if you add those onto your site, those pages use the same background and text colors as well. In most cases, you'll see that the brightest tint, so tint 1, which is over here, is used for the background, whereas the darkest tint, so this is tint 2, is for text. So we recommend creating sort of like a high contrast pairing so that the information on your site is easy to read and kind of stands out. Then you have color 2, and this is your action color. So you drive visitors to make the choices you want by selecting an action color that kind of stands out. And this color is used for actionable elements like links, buttons, any kind of menu elements. It also appears in themed elements like buttons and boxes, as well as pages related to Wix apps like the Wix stores or Wix blogs or the forums, things like that. The tint in the middle is the one that's used most frequently, so you want to choose something that contrasts with your background. That way the most important elements in your site are accessible and they're noticeable as well. Then you have colors 3, 4, 5, and these are additional colors. So choose 3 colors that complete your kind of color scheme. They are displayed in various areas on your site, so they should match and complement the colors that you've selected as well. Then if you go back, you have the text theme, and it's the same kind of theme as your site theme. So each of your elements, your heading 1 all the way down to your paragraph 3s, they all follow a style rule. So when you add a heading 1 to your website, this is the style rule that they follow. When you add a heading 4, this is the style rule they follow. So if you're not a fan of, like, for example, the font styling, all you need to do is just click into each of these and just change the font style to whatever it is that you want to change it to. And then that will essentially apply across to your entire site. As you are changing, you want to make sure that you go through each of the pages and make sure everything looks good. So you can just change the sizing, change the layout of things, and then just drag and drop everything to where you want it. But yeah, the theme makes it really easy for you to customize every single part of your website without doing everything one by one. It kind of takes every part of your website and applies all the style rules. So now what you want to do is actually start editing your site to how you want it. So as I mentioned before, everything about Wix is drag and drop. So for example, if I wanted to add, say, a paragraph, so if we remove this, for example, if I wanted to add a paragraph here to add more content, what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to do is widen this section a little bit to make some space. So I'm going to click on this drag drop here, and you want to just click on this section, and then you want to widen this section as well, and you just want to make some space essentially. And now I'm going to drag on an element. So I'm going to add on a paragraph element. So I'm going to go into add elements, and then I'm going to go into paragraph, and I'm going to look for one of the paragraphs that I have, and we're going to click and just drag that to where I want it. and then just widen the box a little bit so there's space. And then you've got the content here. If you click on edit text, you can then change the alignment if you want to. You want to avoid changing the theme so much because as I mentioned before, if you add one of the theme styles, if you add the paragraph 1, if you change it to a paragraph 1 text, it's going to use paragraph 1 theme, so you don't need to change the styling so much. Maybe you might need to change the alignment, but I wouldn't change so much like the fonts or the font size. And then you can also, within that, you can type in the actual text that you want to add as well. So there's no coding required in order to add that paragraph. I just needed to look for the paragraph, make some space for it, and then drag it onto the page as well. As I scroll down, I can do the same for all of these sections. So I can, if I wanted to add, for example, a title here, what I'm going to do is, again, just widen the section that this product row is in. Click and drag that down a little bit, and then I'm going to add a title. So I'm going to go back into Elements, and I'm going to go into Text, and I'm looking for the titles text, theme text here, and I'm going to add one of the headings. And I'm going to click and drag that onto the section, and with the guidelines, I can sort of place it in the middle. You can see as I'm dragging it around, so this is now in the middle of the page. And then I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to click on Edit Text, and I'm going to type in the title I want for this section. So I'm going to call it Bestsellers, and I'm going to make sure that the products here are the best-selling products. And again, I'm just going to make sure that's all centered, and just make sure it's all spaced out nicely. And yeah, so you've got the intro here, then you've got a little bit of the title and some products here. And you just want to keep doing that for every single section. If there's sections here that's missing some content, then you want to add that content. If there's sections that doesn't look great, that you want to change it, you can do that as well. And you just want to go through each of them and just make sure that it looks exactly how you want it to look as well. And as you're adding things, you want to also make sure that when you switch to mobile, it still looks good on mobile. So things like the section here. So obviously this section is, with the paragraph, it's a bit too high. So I'm going to click into that little paragraph and I'm going to click in and just make sure that it's scrolled down a little bit. And just make sure it's all aligned perfectly. And I'm going to scroll down and just keep checking it on mobile as you're adding more and more things. Once you're happy with things, what you want to do is click on Save to save your progress. Wix does autosave, but you also want to make sure you keep saving yourself so that it's definitely saved. It might not autosave every single point, but it usually does autosave sort of after every time you make a change. Other things you can do, for example, I want to increase the width of that so you can see the pages more, and you can also change the styling of these as well. So if you click on the nav bar, click on Customize Design, and you want to just give it some styling issues as well. When it comes to the nav bar, you don't want anything too busy, and you want to make sure everything is sort of aligned okay, and that people can see like the text, they can see your logo, they can see all the information there as well. So as I mentioned before, if you wanted to switch pages, what you want to do is go into the page here, and you want to just select the page that you want to edit. And you can see now I've switched to the About Us page, and we've got the About Us page content. What you can do if you realize actually you want to add more sections to this, you want to click on the Add section here, and it's going to show you all of the pre-designed sections that you have, and it's split into categories. So there are sections that help you sort of, you as an About section, there's a Team section. So then you can just go through and just click in, for example, if you want to add a Meet the Team section, there's already a design for that. There's 3 designs that you can choose from. You can add like a contact section, and it'll show you the designs for a bunch of different contact sections, and these are all pre-built, they're mobile ready, and it just means then you don't need to spend time creating a new design section. You can just use one that's already built, and then using your branding as well. So for example, if we go this one for the Meet the Team section, we can just click into that, and it'll add itself to wherever it is that we want to add it to. And what we're going to do is change and we are going to update this section here as well. Again, it's really important to note that when it comes to building your site, you want to make sure it's optimized for SEO as much as possible. That includes making sure that every single page has a heading 1 tag and only one heading 1 tag. You don't want more than one, and you don't want any heading 1 tags as well. You need to make sure that there's only one heading 1 tag. But you can see we've added this section, and all we need to do now is update the images and update the text. So for example, if you want to know how to update any kind of section, what you need to do is click into the section, and you're looking for something like edit section, or in this case it's manage items. So everything in here is like an item, and if you click on that, you can click on each of the items and drag them around if you needed to, and then you need to click on each individual element if you want to edit the text, if you want to edit, for example, this image, and things like that. So for example, if you wanted to edit an image, we just want to click into the image here. You're looking for the image to be selected, and it comes up image here, and then you want to click on change image to actually change the image to the one that you want. Once you click on that, it'll open the Wix media library, and from here you can choose images that you've already uploaded. You can upload your own media if you click on upload media, and it'll open up your file explorer on the computer. And then once you're done, you just select the image that you want. As I mentioned before, Wix does have their own media library of image galleries that you can use, and all of these images are free to use. So you're looking for media from Wix, and these are essentially stock images, placeholder images that you can use to update your website. And these, again, so they're copyright free. You don't need to give any credit. You don't need to buy anything. You just look for the image that you want. You can search for it specifically, or you can use from the homepage here, and you just want to click on choose image, and then that's it. That's an image that you use from media from Wix, and you don't need to tag them or anything like that. You can just use the images as needed, and then you can just click into each element and just change like the content, change the links, things like that. It's all kind of done and dusted for you. And then once you're done, you just want to click on save. Again, if you wanted to switch pages, you just want to click on the page switcher and then just switch the page as you need. And what you can also do is add pages. So for example, you have all these pages that we selected from the ADI builder questions, but if you wanted to add another page, say for like our history page or any other kind of page really, what you want to do is click on manage pages, and you're looking for add page. And what you can do is you can add a completely blank page, or you can go through some of the page templates and you can basically just pick from one of the page templates, so you're not just building a whole new page from scratch. And then all you need to do is just select the page that it is that you want to add and just like the look of the most, and then you can just change the layout of it as well. So for example, if we go with this one, I'll use click add page, and you can see it's added its page here. You want to make sure that you give it a name, and then you can just click here and do name, and then you can see it's being added to the nav bar. You can always change the placement of it by clicking into sites and pages and just changing the order around, but essentially it gets automatically added. And then all you need to do in this section now is just change all the content, add images, add videos, things like that. So it's very kind of user friendly and all of that as well. So site editing is made really easy with Wix. Again, it's back to that drag and drop section and already pre-built designs for you. So there's nothing really that you're designing from scratch, but it's still customizable. You can still use your own fonts, themes, your own pictures, things like that. When it comes to things like editing the products and products and any blogs, that's usually done on the dashboard. So if you go back to the Wix site dashboard, you'll see some other tabs, for example, for products lined up on the left. So you can see on the left you've got your store products. And the really good thing about Wix is that when it comes to their store products, you only need to set it up in the back end. You don't then need to go in the front end and set it up there. You just need to add all your products, whether they're physical products or digital products, variable products or whatever it is. Add all of the details like the name, description, the price, any images, all of that gets filled in on the back end just over here. And it's all very kind of laid out for you as well, so very kind of laid out with the text, so you know exactly what you're filling in and things like that. And then once you click save and you publish the event, or then you publish the product, it's already added to you on the front end, so you don't need to actually edit the front end of the site as well. You can just have the front end of the site ready to go with all your content and just add all the products, add all your blogs on the back end as well. So as mentioned before, Wix is mostly free. So Wix, the actual builder, is free to use. Adding in all the platforms, adding in all the apps, they're free to use as well. Payment usually starts to come in when it comes to actually publishing your site and putting it live. So right now the site is just saved, it's not live yet. If we click on this publish button, your site will then go live, and by that it means users can see it with a link and Google can start indexing your site as well. So if we click publish, it'll start saving all your changes and it'll start putting it live, and you'll get this message here that says, congratulations, your site is published and live online. As mentioned before, Wix does have a completely free option. With the free option, you can host your site, you can have your site, you can design your site exactly how you want it with all the images, add all the products and things like that. They have paid versions of their plans and they have the free versions of their plans. So with the free version of the plan, just to kind of show you, the two main caveats that you'll find with the free version of the plan is while you'll have your site kind of ready to go with a link and easy for people to kind of access, the first thing that you'll notice is you don't get a custom domain. So the domain is made up with Wix branding, so it'll be the name of your account, .wixsite.com / the name of the store, or / the name of the site that you gave it in the beginning. And the other caveat is that there are ads are placed around your site. So you can see on this website here, obviously we've got the site exactly how we designed it, but then at the top of the site, that's on every single page of the site at every single point, is the Wix ad at the top. And again, so depending on your budget, the free site might be the way to go. However, if possible, you definitely want to think about removing the ads, choosing a plan that has the ads removed and also allows you to have a custom domain. The reason why it's important to have a custom domain is a domain like this is not easy to remember for users, and it doesn't fit well with your branding as well. So you want to make sure that you get your own domain, and you can buy that through Wix, or you can buy that through any other domain provider and connect it to Wix. That's also an option. And then you also want to make sure you get rid of those apps. But again, Wix, up until this point, Wix is fully free. I haven't paid a single thing. Setting up the account was free. Setting up, using the ADI builder was free. Changing the images, adding products, all of that is free. And so far I haven't actually spent anything. The other thing to note is that if you have something, for example, that makes people want to either take payments onto your site, then you want to make sure that you have some payment methods set up. But the only way to really take payments on the site is to use one of their paid Wix plans. So Wix have a few Wix plans, but not all. But if you have the free version, you're not allowed to take payments. So this goes for if you have a shopping facility. So if you have this kind of shop section here, people can view your products, they can click into it and read more about your products. They can add it to the cart if they wanted to. However, they can't go ahead and purchase those products because you don't have any payment methods set up, and the free plan doesn't allow you to take payments just yet, so you need to upgrade to a higher paid plan as well. The good thing about Wix Payments is that they have a range of different plans to kind of suit your business needs and to suit your budget, and they have one of the most affordable hosting plans that there are when it comes to hosting your website. To have a look at their hosting plans, what you want to do is just go into your dashboard again, and you want to click on upgrade, or if you click on home, you want to go into upgrade, and it'll show you the different plans that they have. So the plan is split into three. You've got basic website plans, business and e-commerce, and you've got enterprise plans. So with the business plans and the website plans, I'll show you some actual plans, and then with the enterprise plans, this is more of a call to action to request a call with Wix. If you have a very large scale business and none of the pre-made plans you think will work for you, then the enterprise plan just gives you the opportunity to actually speak to a Wix representative, tell them about your business needs, and they'll be able to give you a custom plan that suits you a bit more. So that's a really flexible option if you want that. But then the other options then are the basic website plans and the business and e-commerce plans. It's important to note, so if you have any kind of functionality where you want to take payments on your site, whether that's payments for your products, payments for any events that people can book for, then you need to have a business and e-commerce plans. The business and e-commerce plan will let you actually take payments. If you have a standard brochure build website where you just have forms and you just have contact forms and things like that, or a blog, then a simple website plan will be fine. And you can see the different amounts each of these plans go for. So you have the most expensive, which is VIP, and then you've got Connect Domain, which is the most basic, and it's also the cheapest. So when it comes to the most basic, this essentially will allow you to connect a custom domain. So if you have a domain bought, or if you want to buy a domain, you can, and then you can connect it using the Wix custom domain plan. The only problem with this one is that you still get the Wix ads. So the ads that I shown you earlier, they still have. So for that reason, I don't really recommend the Connect Domain, but you can if you're really on a budget. It's not the worst thing. The most important thing then is to actually have your custom domain in there. And then you have the next plan up then is the combo. So again, you get the custom domain, but this one is will give you the ad-free version of it, so you won't get any ads with this one. So it's slightly less cheaper than the more expensive versions, but you do get the custom domain, and you do remove all the Wix branding as well. Next thing you have the Unlimited and the VIP, and these are two of the more expensive plans. With all these three, the VIP, Unlimited, and the combo, you do get the custom domain, and you remove the free Wix branding. The main difference between these three plans though is the storage space and the amount of bandwidth that you get. So bandwidth being essentially the performance, like the speed of your website basically. So the more bandwidth that you have, the faster your website would be. So with the VIP and Unlimited, with the VIP and Unlimited you get an unlimited amount of bandwidth, and with the combo you get the 2 GB, and Connect Domain is the 1 GB. And then you have the storage space as well. So the storage space is the highest in the VIP section, and the combo has 3 GB. So depending on how big your website is, and this could be, and things like the amount of pages, the amount of products, the amount of imagery, all of that adds to your storage space. So depending on how big that is, you might need to go for the 10 GB, you might need to go to the VIP, or you might need to go for the combo as well. Everything else is more or less the same. And all of them have the main difference between the VIP as well, as opposed to all of them, is that you get priority customer care. So all of them come with a 24/7 customer care, and Wix's customer service is actually really good. You can phone or email them, or you can phone or create a ticket with them at any time if you're having issues with your account, any billing issues, domain issues, even with issues using the actual editor. And Wix will get back to you via phone or through the support ticket, and anything else that you're having trouble with. So all of them have the 24/7 customer care, but with the VIP you just get seen to a lot quicker. So that's the main difference between all of them. And again, what's important is you might not actually understand, how much storage space that you might need. So with the Wix plan, it's not fixed. So if you, for example, go for the combo and you realize you're running out of storage space, and Wix will tell you when you're close to running out of storage space, they will ask you to upgrade, and at that point you can upgrade to a higher hosting plan. And if you are using, say, the highest one, and you realize actually you don't need that much space, you can always downgrade as well. So there's no minimum amount you can have it, or it's not like a you decide now and you decide how many months you need. You can upgrade and downgrade as you need. So again, if you have a simple brochure build website, some blogs, portfolio, you're happy enough, you can just use the website plans. If you are taking some form of payment, then you need one of the business and e-commerce plans. And these plans are a little bit more expensive than the website plans. So their cheapest plan is £15, and their most expensive plan goes for £27 a month. And with all of them you get everything that's included with the basic website plan, so the custom domain, no branding, things like that. The other things then that you get is the amount of storage and bandwidth as well. So all of them have unlimited bandwidth, but the storage space, as you can see, is a lot more. And then obviously with the business VIP, you get the priority customer care. And all of these plans will allow you to accept online payments. So again, it goes back to how big your site is going to be, if you need all that storage space or not. But again, you can upgrade and downgrade as you need to as well. If you scroll down, you can sort of see even more kind of features that they have. And if even at any point you're not sure what plan to go for, you can always get in contact with Wix, and they can sort of talk you through what each of their plans would be for, and you can let them know what you need a Wix plan for as well. But essentially you just want to pick one of these plans. Once you've selected a plan, you just click on select, and you want to go for one of the business billing cycles as well. So you can do £18 every month. So you can do like pay for monthly. The problem with paying for monthly is that it tends to be a lot cheaper if you were to buy one of the yearly or 2-year ones. And also with every single plan that you have for the business and e-commerce, and also the basic plans, apart from the Connect domain, you get a free domain for 1 year. So if you haven't got a domain yet, what you can do is you can purchase a domain while you're purchasing a hosting plan. Pick one of the basic billing plans, and you want to make sure that you either go yearly, 2 years, or 3 years. And then you get a free domain voucher, and then you can use that to have a 1 year of 1 year free of a domain purchase. So once you're done, you just click on you enter your card information, invoice details, and then you just pay for your hosting amount basically. Once you've filled in your details, you just want to submit your purchase, and then that is your site hosted on a Wix platform with the ads removed. And then the only thing you need to do then is connect your domain once you have it. Another popular website builder is Weebly, and Weebly also incorporates AI technology. It offers a user-friendly interface with drag and drop functionality and provides an AI-powered website called Weebly Promote. Weebly Promote assists users in creating and managing email marketing campaigns. So let's get started. What you want to do first is click on the sign up button to sign up with an account with Weebly, and setting up an account is completely free. So it'll ask for your first name, last name, some email address information, and where you are currently based. So starting off, very similar to Wix and Squarespace, it will ask you what kind of website you want to create, if it's a business website and a personal website, and that way it'll basically just built in features automatically based on what selection you choose, and cuts down on the setting up time a little bit as well. So in this example, we're going to use a personal website. So this is good for a blog, portfolio site. However, if you're wanting to create a business website, then it'll be switched to the Square Online platform. But in this video, we're going to create a simple blog website. So we're going to try Weebly websites. Next, it'll ask us for a theme. And as mentioned before, Weebly do offer a variety of themes to choose from, allowing users to customize the design and appearance of their websites. Themes in Weebly are pre-designed templates that provide a foundation for your website's layout, color scheme, typography, and overall style. What's really good about the Weebly themes is that once you choose a theme, you can customize it to suit your preference and needs. The drag and drop editor also allows you to modify certain elements within the theme, like the logo, header, footer, fonts, section layouts, things like that. Weebly themes are designed to be mobile responsive, so they work well on any screen device, which is increasingly more and more important these days, as a lot of search engines now use that as a ranking factor in terms of to see how well your website works for user experience. Within each theme, you can always preview it before you start editing. So for example, we have this theme preview here, and we can see where the text is. And again, you want to use this theme as like a base point, because you can always change the colors, you can change certain layouts and things like that. But you want to just have a starting off point with a template so that you're not starting off the blank slate and kind of everything seems a little bit less overwhelming, especially if you're new to designing, if you're new to building websites in general. You can also select a theme based on the industries. For example, there's split into business, portfolio, personal, event themes, things like that, or even other. So you can go through each of these tabs and just really preview all of them and see if they work for you in the beginning as well. Once you have selected a theme and you're happy with like the overall layout and it's something that you can work with, then you just want to click on Start Editing. When selecting a Weebly theme, you want to consider your website's purpose, target audience, and desired style. Take your time to explore different themes and find the one that aligns with your vision. Remember, you can always customize the theme to make it uniquely yours. The next thing then is to select your domain name. You can do this later if you're not wanting to purchase a domain name right now. And also if you also own your own domain already, you can also just connect or transfer to it now. So when it comes to selecting your domain name, you can connect or transfer it now, but if you don't have a domain name, it's a really good option to buy one now with Weebly. So all you need to do is just type in the name of the domain that you want, click on search, and from there you have about 2 options. So you can either use a professional domain, and you can get this free with a 1-year plan, so it'll be free for 1 year. So that's why if you haven't got a domain yet, it's a really good thing to do, to just buy it with Weebly, because you'll get that 1 year free. The other option then is if you were to choose a subdomain. Now this is essentially a Weebly subdomain, so this subdomain will always be free, but it will have the Weebly branding on your site. So it's up to you if, how you want to word that. In terms of having the branding within your subdomain, it's not always the best for SEO, it's not always the best for user experience, and in terms of user experience it can seem a little less professional. However, if this is something that you're starting off with and it's just something where you want to try and you don't want to commit to a domain just yet, it might be a good option. It still has it's not like it's a long series of letters and numbers. It does have your name in the URL as well. It's just that extra branding. So it's up to you which one you want to go for, but again, if you were to purchase a 1-year plan, you do get a professional domain free for 1 year as well. But if you want to continue with the Weebly branding on your site, just want to click on choose, or you want to choose one of the professional domains. So now that we have successfully set up our subdomain, when we publish our site, it'll be under this subdomain here. You can always use this for now, and if you later on, if you want to purchase an actual professional domain and connect that later, you always have that option. You just want to click done. So this is the Weebly editor, and Weebly's editor is really user-friendly, intuitive, and it allows you to create and customize your website without any coding knowledge. First of all, you have the drag and drop functionality, like so. So Weebly has this drag and drop functionality, enabling you to add, move, arrange elements on your website with ease. All you need to do is simply just select a image or select a element from the left editor here, and just drag it onto where you would like to add it. The places where you can actually add it will be highlighted, so you can see everything that everywhere where I can't add it to, for example, is grayed out, but everything that I can add it to is in color, and the blue line, when I hover over certain things, shows me where it's about to be placed. So if I wanted to add an image underneath here, for example, I can just click and drag the image and just put it in here as well. You can add and customize sections to structure your content, and each section can have multiple elements within it, and you can rearrange sections by dragging them up or down the page. So for example, if I wanted to then move this image, all I need to do is click and hold that and then drag it to where I actually want to move it to. For example, I want to move it to here. Same with actually editing things. So if, for example, if I wanted to edit the text here, I can click into the text and I can just type in what the actual text is meant to say, and I can change the styling of that as well. So I can change the alignment, I can change the formatting if I want to make the text a little bit bigger, smaller, change the color, things like that. So there's a lot of options for element customization. So once you've added an element to your page, you can customize its appearance and settings. Weebly provides options to edit text, adjust font size, crop and resize images. You can set background colors as well. If you click into the sections and you can click on edit background, you can edit background colors or images, customize buttons, and lots more. You can also modify the spacing and alignment of elements within the section as well. Weebly's editor also allows you to create multiple pages for your website and then easily navigate between them. So you can add new pages, reorder them, and set a hierarchy for navigation menus. And this helps you structure and reorganize your content really effectively as well. So when you first pick your theme and your theme is loaded in, the first thing that you actually want to do is change the theme, colors, fonts, and some of the options as well. That way, then your website matches the branding that you already have set out. If you already have other forms of media, maybe on your social media or any kind of actual media that has already your colors and your branding, you want to make sure that the website matches as well. To do that, what you want to do is just go into the theme tab up here, and you can add custom colors, or you can click on change theme to change the overall theme, or you can just click on change fonts, and you can change things like the site title, what font it's meant to be, what style, what size. You can change the nav menu, so the styling of the nav menu, you do it from here, and you can change the styling, what text you're meant to do, letter spacing, things like that. And same with like subheading, subheadline, paragraph text, buttons. All of that can be changed within the font sections as well. So you want to come into the design options essentially and just make sure that the font and the color branding is exactly how you want it, and then you can update the site like that. To update the header section, what you want to do is just click into the header, and you can always update the pages. And to add a new logo, you just want to click on the logo. You can decide if you want the logo completely off, or if you want the text written there, or if you want an actual logo. You can upload a photo from your own computer and then have your actual logo as part of your website as well. Once you have the logo updated, you can always resize it. So you can see it's a little bit small, so I'm going to click onto the image and just resize it a little bit. And really just edit it how you need to. So once you have the theme set up and you have the theme colors, the next thing that you want to do is build out your pages. And you don't have to build out pages one by one. You just want to make sure that the nav bar has all the pages that you want. So for example, if you want a home page, a about page, a contact, the blog page, those will usually come within it. If there's pages that gets added by the theme that you don't need, you want to be able to remove those. And you want to add any extra pages that you have. So to manage your pages, you want to come into the pages tab here. And you can see the list of pages here. So we've got our home page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag on the about page because I want that to come after home. And then the community page, I actually don't need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into community, and I'm actually just going to delete it. There's two options what you can do. If you want to add maybe the community page on another page on your website, or if you don't want it in the nav bar, you can also just hide it. If it's under visibility, you want to just make it members or group or public. Or you want to click on hide in navigation, and that way you still have the page. Maybe it's another way to link often to it, but it's not being navigating in the nav bar. The other option then is to straight up delete it if you don't need it. And you can see I've got the home, about, blog, and contact. To add a new page, what you want to do is click on add new page, and you want to see what kind of page that you want to add. If it's a product page, if it's a category page, if it's a blog page, then you want to click on that. If it's just a standard page, then you can just do a standard page. If it's an external page, so essentially it links to and if something links to another website, then you can add that as an external page, and that way it'll be added, and when someone clicks on it, it'll open a new tab. We're just going to add a standard page, and we're going to add a name. So for example, I want to add a privacy policy page, so I'm going to rename that and call it privacy policy. And just make sure it's placed exactly where I want it, so I want it just in here. The other thing that you want to make sure when you're adding pages is to make sure you have all the SEO settings set up. So if you click into, for example, the about page, there is a tab for SEO settings, and it basically allows me to add a page title, page description, meta keywords, footer code, header code, things like that. So Weebly does provide basic SEO settings that allow you to optimize your website pages for search engines. These settings just help search engines understand and index your content a lot more effectively, potentially improving your website's visibility and search engines as well. So the first thing that you have is the page title, and this basically just allows you to set unique titles for each page of your website. Page titles should be accurate to reflect the content and purpose of the page, and search engines often use page titles as a factor in determining the relevance of a page to a search query as well. Then you have meta descriptions, or in this case it's called page descriptions, but essentially you can add meta descriptions for your web pages in Weebly. Meta descriptions are brief summaries of the page content that appear in search engine results. They provide a really concise preview of what users can expect on your page and can influence your click-through rates as well. Weebly also enables you to customize the URLs of your web pages, and it's important to create descriptive and keyword-rich URLs that accurately represent the page content. Clear and relevant URLs can improve the chances of your pages being indexed and ranked appropriately by search engines as well. So when you are adding pages, or when it comes to SEO optimizing your pages, your website in general, you want to make sure that you have these 4 things set up in all of your pages, and that way it makes it a lot easier for Google to index your page, and you have a higher chance of appearing higher in search engine results pages as well. So let's start building out our About page. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into the Build tab again, so I can see all of the different tabs that I can add, or the elements that I can add. And we have the About page here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a image just underneath the About page. And then I also want to add some text, so I'll add a title on the right hand side of the image, and then I'm going to add some text as well. What might help is just to add in all of the elements and then edit the content later. I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to just click into that tab, and then I'm going to hover over it and look for this X so I can delete this element here. So I have this section here. And then the other thing that I want to add is another structure. So I'm going to add another section just underneath here. And I can add a section here. So with the structure layout element, it basically has pre-designed layouts that I can already use. So for example, I wanted to add a team section, like a Meet the Team section, and they already have one that's already been designed. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see there's a range of different layouts. It's not just one layout. You've got 3 to choose from. 3 or 4 to choose from, and this will be different for every theme that you have. Some themes may have more layouts for this than others, but essentially you just pick a layout that you like, and then I'm just going to click into the one that I think works best for the site, and then edit it as I need to. So I've got Meet Our Team, some text here, and then I've got the actual Meet the Team sections here. And then what I can do, so you want to click Save if you're happy with it. And then what I can do afterwards is I can edit it. So for example, I want to add another bit of text underneath each of the job titles, so I can add some text about the employees. So I'm going to click on the text box, and then I'm going to drag it under each of the job titles. And click on the text box and drag it under here. And one more. And I'm also going to change the alignment, because I want everything to be in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to start adding some images. So I'm going to click to upload image, and I can upload a photo from our computer. And you can see the photo that I've chose is uploading just on the bottom right here. And you see the photo is updated here. And I'm just going to start editing all of the content now. So once you have everything set up, what you also want to do as you're adding more and more content to your website is to check it on mobile. So right now we have the desktop view as well, but Weebly Builder also allows you to check the site on mobile and just see if there's anything that you need to be aware of. But the theme that you have is mobile responsive, so depending on what theme that you have, not all the time mobile options will be applied. But we have the mobile view here, at least we know what it's going to look like, and it's looking good, so we can go back to desktop and just keep building it. So now let's switch pages, and we will go onto the blog page and start building that out. So we already have the blog theme kind of built up, and if there's anything that you want to change from here, you just want to go into the build page and then just add elements, add sections, remove sections, things like that. Currently we don't have any blog posts, and we will add some now just to see how it would look. So when you come into the blog page, you see on the blog page you have the option for a new post. So we're just going to click on new post, and we can type in a post here. So you can type in the post title. And then you want to just drag the elements here. So the first thing that you want to add is maybe like a heading element. And then you can also add the text element. And the text element is where you'll add your main bit of text. And you essentially just want to build out your blog page. What's really good about the Weebly editor is that you can really easily add things like text. You can also add headings whenever you need to. And then you can also break up the text with images as well. When it comes to writing effective blog posts, you want to make sure that it has the correct amount of length. And obviously that's going to vary depending on your topic and your audience. And search engines don't have an exact figure for how long they want blog posts, but it's best to aim for about 1,500 to 2,000 words for articles or posts. You also want to make sure that the blog post that you're writing is user-friendly and easily readable. So having just a simple blog post with just some text is going to be really difficult to read. So you want to make sure that whatever you are typing, you also break it up with some images, some videos if you have some, and things like that. If you scroll down on the editor, you can see that there's different media elements that you can have, including a flash player. You can embed a document. You can link a YouTube video within your blog as well. So it makes it really easy to build out a really good blog that can engage with your audience as well. Next thing, once you have finished typing in your blog, you want to go into post options, and here you have a few different options. So you can either choose to publish immediately, or you can publish at a scheduled time. So this is a really good idea if you ever want to sit down maybe once a week and write maybe 4 or 5 blog posts, but then schedule them to publish on different days. That way you're not always having to come to your computer and publish them manually. It's really good to have a blog be updated with posts all the time, but for some people it might be easier to just sit down, write a few blog posts, and then schedule it at a certain date and time as well. So we've got some different options there. You can edit the share settings if you want to share on Twitter immediately as well. It'll ask you to connect to your Twitter account and give you some permissions, but then that way after that it'll let you publish to social media as well. You can decide if you want to leave the comments open, closed, or require approval, meaning that they can leave comments, but it'll only be displayed once you've approved them. And then you can decide if you want to add it different categories as well. And the next thing then that you want to make sure that you have on every single one of your blog posts is to add a title and description. This is essentially your post title and your post meta description, and it works exactly the same way your page titles and meta description work. This is essentially just help you rank higher in search engines for users and SEO and search engines to know what this post is going to be about. And then once you're done, you can either save and come back to it later. It'll save as a draft, or you can just post. And then you can see on the blog, you've got your first blog here. And that's it. That's as easy as it is. And then you can decide basically if you want to have the posts all scheduled all at once or not. So that's our blog pages built out now. We have our home, about, and now we're going to do our contact page. So you can see the contact just says get in touch, and some content here. What we're going to do is add a form and some contact information. So we'll drag on the section block here. And I'm going to add a phone number or an email that they can add instead. So we'll start off with the phone number. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to link it. So I'm going to highlight the text, and I'm going to click on the link button, and I'm going to click on phone, and I'm going to actually just enter the phone number. just click on link, and then we're done. That's now linked. And then I'm going to add the email as well. And I'm going to link that as well, and I'm going to look for the email. I'm going to type in the email that there we go. So we have the 2 links as well, and that's it. That is the contact form set up, and we have the home, blog, contact page as well. One thing that you might notice is the footer. So by default, you've got the footer with the Weebly branding. If you do want to customize a footer, you do need to subscribe to one of the plans that they have. Otherwise, you'll just get a decent kind of Weebly footer as well. Once you have the pages all set up, what you can do now is set up the general settings. So for example, if you go into settings here, you can edit things like the site title, and then you can add things like the favicon. So favicon by default would be the Weebly favicon. If you upgrade, you can change your own favicon as well. And you can set things like the site formatting, time, date formatting, things like that. And you can decide if you want to add a cookie banner or not. You want to go into the SEO tab and make sure that you have the site description and meta description as well fitted in here. And this is mainly for a general description and a title for your overall site. And if you have any codes that you want to add, for example, a Google Analytics code, you can add it easily in the footer code here. You can also add Google Webmaster 2 codes in here as well. If for some reason your site's not ready yet, but you want to publish it, just to have like a link live, you can always choose to hide the site from search engines. It's up to search engine robots to actually honor this request, but you can choose to do that. And then always just remember to untoggle that once your site is ready to get visitors and you want it to rank. What's also really good about Weebly is that they do allow you to have redirects. So if you're ever building a page and you want to get rid of another page, instead of having that broken link on your site, you can always add a URL redirect, and that way you'll remove any kind of 404 errors that may occur or any broken link errors, because those are really bad for SEO and they're also really bad for your user experience as well. If you ever get to the point where you want to extend the functionality of your site a little bit, you can always go onto the apps section and you can download some apps onto your site to kind of extend the functionality. You can do things like social apps as well, so integrate your social media, maybe add like a social media blog feature, things like that. You can have more advanced forms. You can also view apps that will help improve your search engine rankings as well. Things like Ranking Coach, Google Ads as well. You can add all of that as well. Once you're ready to publish your site, all you need to do is click on publish, and this will essentially publish your site. In this version, we've used this subdomain here, but this is ready for Google to index. This is also ready for users to view as well. Squarespace, and Squarespace is known for its visually appealing templates and intuitive design interface. While it doesn't have a dedicated AI feature, it utilizes machine learning algorithms to offer personalized design suggestions and layout options based on user preferences. So to get started, what you want to do is go onto Squarespace's website and go and click on Get Started. So the first thing that it'll ask you is a little bit about your site, a little bit about your online business as well, and this is just so we can show you some relevant templates. So in this example, say we're doing a health and beauty website, selling health and beauty tools. So what you want to do is click on the category that it falls in, and if you don't see a category that it falls in, you can always describe your site here. Then you want to click next, and then you want to see, and then it'll ask you for your top goals. So what is it that you're actually wanting to achieve with the site? Is it to showcase your work, to sell anything, promote your work, and things like that? So in this case, we'll do sell products, but you can also do things like offering contact form, promoting a physical business, promoting an event, selling online courses. All of these are options that you can have with Squarespace. In this example, we'll stick to selling products and offering a contact form. And it'll ask you to let them know what stage you're at in terms of your business. So are you just collecting information? Are you forming an idea? Are you growing an existing business? Do you already have a site that you want to replace with Squarespace, etc.? So in this case, we will just do turning a project into a hobby. And then you want to click on finish just to finish up, and then be shown a range of different templates. So you can see when I scroll down, there's lots of different templates that they've already started to show me, and I can scroll, I can like some of the templates as well, and I can essentially just go through all these templates and see which one I like. If you click on the filter button, it'll show you the different things that you have. So we've already picked the topic, but you can change that within here as well, and you can change the type of store as well. But you essentially just want to look at all of the products that they have, all of the templates that they have, and then just select one as well. If you hover each of them, you can preview them with the preview button. So if you click on preview, it'll give you an idea of what that site will look like, and you can scroll, click on different pages, and see the full template as well, so you know exactly what they're doing with the template. What you can also do is check it on different devices, because all of their templates are ready to use on any device. So you can test it out on different devices, scroll, and things like that. And then when you're done, what you want to do is click on start with whatever template it is, and then it'll ask you to create your account. So you can create your account with Google or email, or if you click on more options, you can continue with Facebook and things like that. Once you start connecting your site with your username and password, it'll start setting your site up with the template and all the features that you need. And it'll kind of walk you through the process of starting up your Squarespace site and starting it up with selling it with e-commerce products. So you want to give it a name of the site, and this can be the name of your business, and essentially your site title, and Google will see this as well, so you want to make sure that it reflects exactly what your site is. And you want to click continue, and it'll basically give you some information on their e-commerce feature, Squarespace's e-commerce feature, and you can read through these and just click next when you're done, and it'll give you some traffic related tools as well, and you want to just finally click get started. And this is your site. So you can see all of the site template has been added exactly. There's a little assistant on the right hand side to kind of guide you through and show you what you need to do. You can X out of that, but you can always click on the question mark to continue. So this is essentially the preview of your site. So you can see the site as a little preview as well. And on the left is all of essentially your dashboard, and it's where you'll get to sort of all your pages, the design, if you want to change the layout, all of your commerce products, it's all set here. So if you go into pages, for example, these are the pages that you already have. So we've got the blog, we've got our home page, which is set to here. We've got the blog page, about, and a contact page. If you click into the settings of each of them, you can change the name of it. So this home page is titled You, we can change it to Home. We can change the navigation title, so how it looks on the nav bar. We can change the slug, and then we want to just click on set as home page, as this is going to be our home page. And then you want to click on save. And you can see that's updated, that's now called home, and this page is now our home page, and it's using the home page title. Next thing, then we have our blog. So this comes sort of automatically with the blog functionality comes automatically with Squarespace. and you can see some of the placeholder blogs that they currently have. If you click on each of them, you can see sort of like a preview. So this is the blogs essentially there, and all your blogs are managed here as well. If you click on settings, you can decide if you actually want the blog there or not. So if you click on settings, you can see there's a option for enabling page. So if you disable that page, then the blog essentially gets removed from the nav bar and it gets removed from your site. So if you don't want the blog there, all you need to do is disable the blog, and then you'll be able to have sort of that running without the blog as well. Then you have the about page, and again, that's just normal kind of about page. This is the layout. And then you have the contact page, which is has all this content here, and then some content over there as well. To start editing the content on your pages, what you want to do is go onto pages and click on the page that you want. Then you want to click on this edit button here, and you'll see the site go into full screen edit mode. You can go through the wizard or you can skip it, but essentially everything in Squarespace is in a section, and within these sections are the different blocks, and the blocks can be things like text blocks, they can be image blocks, they can be button blocks, things like that. So what you want to do is essentially you want to start editing the block content. So for example, this text here, if you're not happy with it, what you want to do is click into the text itself, and you can see you get a little edit button for the text, and you can edit things like the design. If you give it a background, you can do that, and then what you can do is click into the text exactly, and then that way you can change the actual text content and change it to something, and change it to read exactly what you want it to read. Lots of different things you can do there. You can essentially, with the text, you can change the text type, if it's a heading 1, heading 2, etc. You can change the alignment, and you can change the color as well. You can give it custom colors and things like that. So lots of different things you can do with that one. When it comes to adding new blocks, what you would do is click on the add block button, and you want to basically pick from the list of blocks that they have. So all of these blocks are pre-coded and laid out, so you don't need to set up anything. All you need to do is pick a block that you want, and it'll add itself to wherever it is that you want to add it to, whether that's in here or whether that's on a different page or not. So once the block has been added, you just click into the block, and then you can essentially drag it and move it around to wherever it is that you want. Now, depending on what block you've added, there's different editing options. So we've seen when we click into the text, for example, we can see the text. We can see the editing options for the text, which are things like editing the color, the text type, formatting options, things like that. When we click into image, we can see the options that we have are the actual image. So we can click add image to select from our library, or we can look for free images, or we can upload our own images. And we just click on add image. And then you want to give the image some alt text as well, just for SEO, so you want to describe your image as well. So that's the kind of editing options that we get with images. If you click in design, we can give it an overlay or a lightbox and things like that. So there's different options for editing the style of something depending on what that block is. Another popular block that you can use is video. So if we click into the video block, click on that and then drag that to wherever it is that we want to add it to. You can see the edit button here, and the options that we get are similar to image, so we can add a video. So with Squarespace, you do get the option of selecting a video from your library and uploading a video directly, but we don't recommend that on any kinds of websites, whether they're Squarespace or WordPress or Wix, simply because adding a video saving a video onto your server like that will increase your load time. It's always better to add a video to YouTube or Vimeo and then paste in the link here and have the video being streamed instead of being uploaded to the server directly. If you're not happy with the block, all you need to do is click into the block again, and you click on the red dispose button to get rid of it. and then you can just start essentially adding blocks, adding sections, and editing the content as well. One thing you want to make sure is you have the site styles set up okay. So if you click on that little paintbrush on the top right, this is essentially setting up the default font styles, colors that are being used. So if you click on fonts, you can see that the default font that's being used is Poppins, and this is essentially the base size and the heading sizes as well. So what you want to do is click on switch and the font packs and look for a font that you actually want on your site. So if your branding is slightly different, you can change all the branding to the base font that you want. So for example, if this is the branding that you have, you can click on that and your site will immediately change based on the font that you change it to. And you can go through each of the fonts that they have. These are free to use with your Squarespace site, and essentially each of the fonts will be updated. Then once you have the font selected, what you want to do is go into the global text styles. So the base of these will take it from the base font that you have, but it just means then you can change the actual styling of each of the heading text. So for example, all the heading 1s will follow this styling, but the size will be this size here. Heading 2 is this size, heading 3 is this size, and essentially you can go in and actually customize the font styling to exactly how you want it. Then you have the global colors, and this is essentially the color palette that's being used. The way the color palettes work, your color palettes are combined in different ways to create 10 unique themes. So essentially, each section can use a different theme. So for example, this theme here is a darker section, so it has, and you can see the preview here essentially. This is a dark section, so the background will be dark and the font will be this purple color. To show you how this would look, if you click into each section, this section for example, and click on edit section, what you can do is click on colors and you can decide if you want to have a darker color, and you can see this theme is using a darker theme with a lighter font. This theme is the same darker theme but with a white font, or you can have it to the light theme using these colors, and that's essentially how the colors work. So you can't change the colors of each individual item itself, but what you can do is apply to the theme, and you can change the theme itself as well. But it just means then if one section is using this light one theme and another section, another page is using the light one theme, when you change light one theme, it's going to change on both those sections. This may seem redundant, however, it just means then there's consistency across your site. There's no random colors being used everywhere. It makes an easier flow to your website as well. So there's different ways to kind of incorporate that as well. And you can change things like the button colors for that theme, what the link color should be, what the video color should be. It's a lot to go through, but what might be easier, instead of going through each of the themes, is to edit the color palette. So you can make up a color palette of up to 5 different colors, and that way the themes will pull in automatically what colors it should use for each theme. So instead of editing each theme individually, which can take some time, it's better just to go into the palette editor and add in all of your palette colors instead, and pick a palette that's going to work with your branding instead. And you can see that changes as well as soon as you do it, so you don't need to wait about refreshing the sizing and things like that. You can give different stylings for the buttons as well, so it's up to you how you want to do that. It's really important that when you start setting up your site, you edit the site on mobile, and always check to see what it looks like on mobile as well. When you're on the desktop, what you want to do is click on the mobile toggle here, and it'll change your site to mobile view, and you can exactly see what the site looks like on mobile, and make any changes that way as well. And when you're done, you just want to click on save to save all your changes, or you can discard changes if you decide you want to start again as well. So now that you have your site at a state that you want it, and you're happy with the colors, the branding, and the sections, what you want to do now is actually get started with the e-commerce part of it. So when you're in Pages, what you want to do is make sure you have the store page. So if you click on main navigation and click on store, you can add a new store page, and you can see the template itself comes with a store page template. So you would just select whichever store page that you want, and you can just give it a name. So in this case, we'll call it shop. And you can see the shop page is now here. So again, we can edit this the same way we've edited the other pages. So click on edit, change the content here, change the content here as well. We can give it different section colors, and do everything else that you need. And then you can see the product listing here as well. And then just save as you go along. So now they have your page set up, what you want to do is actually add products. So it'll come with some dummy products as some placeholder products for now, but what you can do is delete those just so you can have the actual products there. And just click delete. So we can start fresh. So what you want to do is click on create product. And you want to set up what kind of product it is. If it's a physical product that people can pick up, ship, and things like that, or if it's a digital product that can be sent to them via email that they need to download. You can sell memberships, scheduling, gift cards, things like that. In this example, we use physical products, so something tangible, something that you need to ship them to, or they need to collect in store. And you want to create your first product, and you want to give it a product name. And you can see you can get a preview on the right hand side as you type in the names and things like that. And then you want to give it an image, so you can upload from file or you can select from library. And then you just want to click on the selected, and then just click add. So this is a stock image, so you need to make sure you add your own images. And you can see the image being uploaded there, and you just want to click next. Next thing you want to do is set up your inventory. So you want to set up pricing, and you just want to type in the price there. And you want to set up stock. So if you have unlimited stock toggled, then you don't need to set up an individual stock. But if you untoggle that, you can actually set a number of stock that there is. So that's a good way to kind of manage your stock at product level. So you're not selling more than what you actually have. But if you're happy enough selling unlimited stock, then you can always keep that toggled. And now you want to add more details. So you want to add things like a description. And you want to make sure that the description is accurate with everything that you need as well. You can see a little placeholder description being added in the meantime. And just a general kind of product description, and you can type it in here or you can paste it in. You can add additional info, and this can be things like product instructions, so how to use the product. And again, you can sort of format sort of what each section is meant to look like. You can add another section as well, maybe for delivery and returns. And you can just add different product sections, and they'll show up slightly differently on your account on the product page as well. You have the featured image that we added earlier, but what you can do as well is add any additional images, like a front shot, a back shot, things like that. So if you click on that, they recommend adding up to 3, and it's really important, especially if you're selling something online that they can't see in person, that you add enough sort of product images, product descriptions to for people to make an accurate call on what this product is. Next thing, then you have the inventory. So we set the price up when we first add the product, but what you can do is add a pricing if it's on sale. and that way this item will show up as a sale product with the original pricing scored out and the new product added in there. So obviously you want to make sure that the sale product pricing is less than what you have in the original pricing. And then you can set the stock products there as well. You can give it an SKU number if you want to manage your stock at stock level that way as well. Otherwise it can generate its own kind of SKU if you want it to. And the next part then is variants. So essentially if there's different versions of the same product, instead of adding a new product each time, you can just add one product and add different variations of it. So in this example we have a face scrub that might come in different sizes. Maybe there's like a 15 ml, 100 ml, things like that. So what you want to do then is go into variants and click add, and you want to click on add option. So by default it has color. We're going to add an option for size, and we're going to give the variants. So you can have small, medium, large, but you can also have, depending on what your variants are for that product, it will be different. So you can add custom variants as well. And then you can add custom variants options as well. So they have size, they also have color and material. You can add more than one variant option. So size might be an option, maybe another one might be scent. And you can add different values for that as well. And custom options for that as well. And you can add different kind of variations, different options as well. And you want to click on save. So now you have the 6 variants, and what you can do is you can click on edit all, and you can give custom features for them as well. So for each variant that you have, you can give it its own individual SKU number, you can give it its individual stock number, you can also give it a different price as well. And what it does is it makes a product for each variation that you have. So we have the size variation and we have the scent variation, so it'll make a variation for all the products. So the rosewater, it's made a variation, it's made a product for each of the sizes, and the eucalyptus, it's made a product for each of the sizes. But sometimes a variation that doesn't there might be a variation that might not exist. So just because you have rosewater and eucalyptus as an option, maybe the eucalyptus doesn't come in the 100 ml, it only comes in 20 and 15. So what you can do is you can delete that variation because that variation doesn't exist, and it just means then you're not offering something that you can't actually sell. But again, you can give different pricing options. So maybe the eucalyptus, so the smaller ones would be obviously the price that it is, but maybe the larger options are slightly more expensive, and maybe some of them aren't on sale either. So it's up to you basically how you want to price them, and you can give them different dimensions as well. And then once you're done, you just want to click back to save everything, and you can see all the different options here as well. What you want to do then is go into organizations, and then you want to give it its own categories as well. Separating your products into categories just means it makes it so much easier for the user to navigate your store and see all of the products that you actually have. If they know they're coming onto your store for a particular thing, they're likely to stay on your site longer and find that offer more quickly, because they can find the category that it's in as well. And the category then will be added in your store's navigation. So maybe one category might be skincare, and you want to click add. You can add a bunch of different categories in this section as well. You don't have to assign them. So for example, hair care is another category, so I'm going to add that. However, I will just uncheck it from the category boxes so that it's not actually being attached to that category. And then you can add tags. So these are essentially keywords that'll connect related products. So you can have a tag for each product based on like the scent, for what body part it's for maybe, and it just means then when you have other products that have the same tags. They'll show together in the related product section as well. The tags itself won't be shown on the store, but just the products that are tagged with it will be. And then what you can do is set the visibility, so whether or not it's a featured product, you can just set that as well, and you can decide if you want to show similar products on that product page. So what you would do is click on that, and then you can either pick a tag that it's related to, and then it'll show basic products that have that same tag on the product page. And you can decide also if you want people to leave a review on your site or not. Next part then is the marketing, and this is really important. You want to make sure that the product that you have is optimized for search engines, and the only thing you really need to do is make sure that the title and the description is okay. So the title of the page is going to be the title of the product, and then you want to give it maybe the name of your site, and it might be good also to give it the location where you're based at, if you have maybe like a store, or if you know where your target audience is as well. And you also want to give it a description. So the meta description is essentially a description of that particular page of your site. You want to make sure that you're describing that particular page or product, and it lets Google know what that page or product is going to be about, and it also lets users know what that page is going to be about without actually clicking onto your site. And you want to type that in here, and you want to make sure it's within the limit that they give you, and then just click apply. And then once you're done, you just click on save to save your product. It's not published yet, so in order to publish it, what you want to do is click on that and make sure you have it set to publish. So you can see when we click on that, this is what it looks like. We can select the scent, we can select the size. If you remember, we took off one of the sizing for that one, and that's showing up as well, and you can see all of the additional info that says here as well. So if you wanted to publish that on your site, what you want to do is go back into edit and just directly publish it. It just means then if you ever add a product that's not ready to be published yet, instead of waiting for it to be ready then adding all the information, you can just have it ready to go, and then publish it when you're actually ready. When you're done, all you want to do now then is make sure everything else is set up in terms of your e-commerce. So you want to make sure that you have all your products set up, but then you also want to make sure then you have your payments and fulfillment set up as well. So the next part then is your payment method, so add a way to get paid. If you click into that, you can see the different payment processes, payment methods that they have. So you can connect to Stripe, so you can let customers pay with all their major credit cards like Apple Pay, Afterpay, ClearPay, and things like that. In order to do that, you need to create a Stripe account, which is free to do, and then set up your own Stripe details as well. And then all you need to do is come in here and click on connect, and then it'll ask you to sign into your Stripe account, and then that's your account connected. Same with PayPal, so you can connect PayPal Business to let customers pay with PayPal or even a Venmo account. It's really important that the account that you're using is a PayPal business account and not a personal one. Squarespace won't allow you to connect to personal site PayPal, but what you want to do then is click on connect, and then it'll ask you to sign in as well. So right now we're in trial mode, so we can't exactly connect it. And you can also use Square. If you don't want to use Stripe, you can also use Square as well. But again, this is for US only, so depending on where you're based, this might not be an option. You can change the store currency here as well. We set it to GBP, but you have a range of different other store options as well you can use. Next thing then you want to make sure is you have the fulfillment set up. So this is essentially shipping options. You want to set, if you want to deliver your products, or essentially send out your products for people to receive themselves, then you need to make sure you have a shipping option enabled. So what you want to do is go into shipping and click on add shipping, and you want to add a flat rate. And this is essentially, you want to add the name of the option that they have. So this might be, for example, standard shipping. And you can put in brackets 2 to 3 working days to give an idea on when they can get that flat rate. And you can, and what you want to do is add a per order fee. So this is the rate, essentially the amount it is for that shipping. And you can also do an additional fee for each physical item in the order. It depends on how you want to price things, but essentially you want to just give a per order fee, and then you click save. And then you want to make sure you add the shipping zone. So this is essentially where you want to ship to, in case you obviously can't ship everywhere. So maybe the standard shipping is only offered for people in the United Kingdom. So you want to make sure that you add the countries that are actually available, that can actually use standard shipping. You can also do it by postcode as well. So you can add different postcodes as well, instead of adding whole countries. But essentially you just want to make sure you define all of them. And if you want, you can also select rest of the world as an option, if you click on the top one, and it'll ask for rest of the world essentially, so you can ship anywhere. So it's up to you how you want to do that, but you want to just add the countries that it's done for, and you click select. You can add more shipping options. So maybe another option might be first class shipping. That might be a bit more expensive, and you want to give again the shipping zones as well. Maybe that's available for United Kingdom and Ireland maybe, and you want to click save. So you can have different shipping options as well. What you can also do is set up pickup options. So if you click on set up pickup options, it means then people can collect their order instead of you shipping them out. And you can do that. You can run a completely sort of click and collect business as well if you don't want to have the responsibility of sending out the order. What you would do is you need to just add the pickup information. So pickup option, Belfast shop, and then you want to give all the information, the opening and closing times, the address, and then any information that they need to bring whenever they pick up their orders. So maybe it's ID, order name, things like that, and then you want to add all of those and just save your changes. Next up is Jimdo, and Jimdo is a really popular website builder that uses AI to generate websites quickly. It offers an AI-powered tool called Jimdo Dolphin, which creates websites based on information provided by the user. Jimdo Dolphin also provides the option for manual customization using a drag-and-drop editor. So to get started, what you want to do is go onto the Jimdo website, and we can click on the link in the bio as well if you're wanting to get started. And you want to sign up for an account. So you want to look for the Start Free button or Get Started button as well to create a new account. So signing up is free. You can either sign up with Google, Facebook, Apple, or just your email. So there are two options when you get started. Jimdo will ask you which way you want to create your website. You can either use one of the professional templates that they have that are also mobile responsive, or if you do have some background in some coding knowledge as well, then you can also use the editor as well. In today's example, we are going to use the website builder, but you want to choose the option that best suits your needs, basically. So similar to Wix, what Jimdo will do now is ask you questions about the type of website you want to create. That way, when you're first setting up, Jimdo will set up it with the features and offer you templates to match your needs as well. So it's really important that you answer these questions. You can skip the questions, but it just makes it cuts down a lot of time in terms of choosing a template and also some of the features as well. So you can decide who you're creating a website for. So if it's for yourself or for a team or a business with more than one person, it's up to you. And what's this website for? Is it for a hobby? Is it to promote a business? Things like that. In this example, we use my new business. And you want to just give it the name of your business as well. what Jimdo will try to do now is try and look on Google to see if there is a business in your name as well. So if it's not here, you can just continue without, but you can also go through each of the options that they have and just collect that. The purpose of this is that if there's any information on there, like contact information, it'll already automatically bring that over to your site and save time on editing that yourself. And then it'll ask you what category your business is in, and it will be useful so that they can recommend the right tools and services for your business. And you want to say what the goals of your website are. You can choose up to 3, whether that's to showcase your work, announce an event, promote a physical business, get customers to contact me. Again, this is just to let Jimdo know exactly what features it should add in the beginning. And you can decide if you want to add your own photos from Facebook or Instagram. And you want to actually tell Jimdo what the theme of your website covers so that they can provide the images and text and structure to kind of match that. And now it's going to ask what your style is, and it's basically just so it knows what kind of look that you would like for your website so that they can design your website to match. And then it'll ask you what colors you like best. And you can choose up to 3 pages for what pages your website need. You can always add pages later on. You can also remove pages later on. It's just in the initial build, it'll add some pages for you. So now I'll give you the options of 2 templates, and what you want to do is just pick one that you want to start working on. Again, you can change all of the suggestions that are made here. It's just a sort of starting off point as well. You can also choose to skip this step as well. Next thing that it'll ask you is if you want to buy a domain if you don't already have one. So this will be needed a lot later whenever you first publish your site, but you can, if you plan on hosting your site on Jimdo as well, then it makes more sense to kind of buy the domain through Jimdo as well if you haven't got a domain yet. For now, we'll just use a free Jimdo subdomain, and then we'll add our domain later. And that's it. Jimdo is now going to start building your website, and we can start customizing it on later on. So as you can see from the beginning, the process is very similar to Wix, where Wix will also ask you step by step what kind of website you're creating. It's also the same for Squarespace and some of the other website builders we've seen. So it makes it kind of easier in the beginning because it'll give you a template that is close to what you want anyway. But then the good thing about all of them is that afterwards you can change things like the style, you can change the layout, you can change the pages it's used as well. But this is your website, and you can see this is what the website looks like on the editor. You have the front end, and then you've got the different sections here. It's laid out very similar to Squarespace, where you have the edit website, you got design, pages, domains separated here, and then to edit the actual website you can just click into each of the sections as well. So let's get started. The first thing that we might want to do when you first get this website is to change the actual color palettes and fonts that's being used. So what you want to do is go into the design section, and you can either edit the color palette, or you can edit the font set, or you can edit some of the animations being used with the buttons. If we click on edit color palette, you can see this is the color palette it's being using, and you can create a color palette from the image, or you can use existing color palettes that they've been given. I'm actually happy with the color palette used, but I'm going to change the font set as well. So if you click on edit font set, it'll give you some recommendations for font pairings basically. So you can look at each of them as a preview and see which one that you like. So for example, if we click on this one here, you can see this site changing with that font set. And you just want to go through each of them and just make sure that the one that you're picking fits your brand, fits your logo, and just fits all of your kind of the theme that you're overall wanting to convey. And then once you're finished, you can click on done. You can also change the font size to small, medium, or large. I think normal is a good size because it's not too small, not too big as well. I just want to click on done, and we've got the theme changed as well. The other thing that you might want to do is maybe change the pages. So if you remember, we added the contact my services and about me, and maybe you want to change the order. So we go into pages and we can change the order of the pages being used as well. And then we can change the actual content as well. So this says about me. What we're going to do is we're going to just change my services to say FAQs. And then that changes in the header as well. And then if you wanted to remove some pages, you just click on the right hand side of the page and just click on delete. And then if you want to add new pages, you want to click on add new page, and then you can add different types of pages. You can also add a blank page, or you can just add a page that they suggested as well. It's really important to note that the free plan initially with Jimdo allows you to have up to 5 pages, so you can't have any more than that. In order to have more pages, you need to upgrade, but we can talk a little bit more about the pricing plans as well. They also have system pages, so these are essentially the legal pages like privacy policy, cookie settings, and cookie banner. And what's really cool about Jimdo is that they have a legal text generator. So if you don't have a privacy policy already in place and you're struggling to write one, Jimdo will do that for you through one of their updated plans. And once you're done with that, you just want to click on done. And now you can go into settings. And if you wanted to change the website language, you can just change it here as well. And then we can go back to edit website. So once you have the theme of your website set up and you have the pages set up, the only thing left to do now is to actually just change the website content. So the first thing that you might want to do is, you see this heading here, you might want to change the design of this. Essentially they call it block. It's this section here. And if you click on the section and then you click on edit block, you can see that you have different layouts for the navigation. It's using this one for now, but maybe you might want to do this one where it has the logo on the left and text on the right as well. And you can decide what background color you want to give it. Or if you want it to be a transparent navigation as well. And this will make the navigation just stick to the screen as well. You can also add a favicon. Again, it's a premium feature, but you can add your logo essentially up here. And then you just want to go through the page, each of the sections, and just make sure that it looks exactly how you want it. So right now we have this slider. If I wanted to change, for example, the text here, I can just click into the text and then just type directly what text I want to change. I can click into the next slide and then again do the same thing as well. And it's up to me if I want to keep both the slides or not. So if I only want to keep those 2 slides, and you can see it's really easy to change as well. What's also really cool is each of them basically I can add a block. So if I click on this section here, I can click on block design, and you can see it'll change the design of the block. When they say block, they're really referring to the section that's referred to in like Wix or Squarespace, but essentially you can change the layout of each of the sections that are here. And you can change the overall color layout as well. So this is black. I want to change it to maybe this cream color, and just make it a little bit easier on the eyes to see as well. I just want to click done. And then you have some sections here. If you wanted to add a new section, you just want to click on add block beneath the section that you want to add it to. And you can add different sections that have already been pre-designed for you. So there's cover sections, there's about sections, there's text sections as well, if you just want to add simple text, but there's different text layouts, image sections, just a lot of sections basically that you can add more content to. So we have this about section here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this photo gallery. and I'm going to add a contact section. So if I click on add block, I'm going to look for contact, and you can see there's a simple contact section here. I might change the color of it, maybe to this purple. So I'll click on add this block. So you can see I've got a contact form with the name, with the form sections here. And I can change things like the title and things like that as well. If I want to change something on another page, what I'm going to do is click into the page, and I'm going to click into the different pages as well. So if I click on About Me, for example, so you can see this is the About Me page. I'm going to click on Add Block. I'm going to see if there's anything else that I like the look of, something like this maybe, or something like this, where it has some of the images a bit more focused in the middle, and a bit more text as well. So then I'm going to take this block, and I'm going to make sure it's selected, and just click on delete, and just bring this up a little bit. Next thing I can change is the footer design, and there's about 3 designs that you can choose, but you can also change the color for all of them as well. And you just want to pick something that kind of works with your theme as well. So I'm going to match it to the header. And then if we go to the contact page again, so we have the contact section here, and we can decide if we want to add blocks, remove blocks, change sections, and things like that. If you wanted to update an image, for example, so for example this image here, what I'm going to do is click into the image, and I'm going to click on choose image in the image toolbar, and you can decide if you want to use an image. So these are saved images from the theme, but you can also decide if you want to use one of the free high resolution photos, and these are photos basically from Unsplash that are free to use. They don't need to be credited or anything. You can just use them for your website here, or you can use new images either from Facebook, Instagram, or from this device. So it'll allow you to upload photos directly from your computer into the website as well. So it's up to you how you want to do that. And then once you select the image, you just want to click on the image and click on insert. And that's it as well. Once you're done, what you can do is click on publish to start publishing your site. What you want to do before that though is you want to go onto the search engines as well. And this will basically turn on the SEO settings again. So this is something that you will need to upgrade for, but Jimdo does offer the built-in SEO settings similar to how Wix does to help optimize your website for better SEO. They have the key aspects of their SEO settings are page titles and descriptions. So you can customize the page titles and descriptions for each of your websites. The URL structure as well can be customizable. They have options to set header tags, image optimization as well, mobile optimization, sitemap, social media integration as well. So Jimdo does provide these SEO settings, but it's also really essential to focus on creating high quality content, using relevant keywords naturally, and providing a great user experience. These factors, in addition to proper SEO settings, can contribute to better search SEO rankings and can increase organic traffic to your Jimdo website. But once you're happy with everything and the site is at a place where you're happy to publish it, what you want to do is click on publish. And you have 2 options. So we started off with the free subdomain. So this is our subdomain here, healthyminds.jimdosite.com. So the website is live under this domain, but in order to provide good user experience and SEO as well, you want to make sure that you're using a custom domain. We have more videos about custom domain names in our YouTube channel as well. But basically, Jimdo do give you the option to buy a domain through them if you don't already have one. Jimdo also offer hosting services as well as part of its website builder platform. So when you create a website with Jimdo, your site is hosted on their servers, which means they store your website files. So it's up to you if you want to either get your domain with Jimdo if you don't already have one, or if you do have one, then you can always point it towards your Jimdo domain. But essentially what you want to do is just look for a domain that you like the look of, and and then just buy it through Jimdo. And these are some of the Jimdo plans. So it's split between website and online stores. So if you do have an online store set up on your Jimdo website, you need to use one of the online store plans, which start a little bit more expensive than the website plans. But if you have a basic portfolio website, blog website, then you want to just stick to the website plans. So it starts at as little as £9 a month and goes way up to £39 a month. But there's basically different pricing plans to cater for various needs and budgets. So there is the free version that allows you to create a basic website for free, but it does come with a lot of limitations, as we've seen. Mainly the Jimdo subdomain, the branding that's being displayed on your website, but also the limitations on how many pages that you can have. So there are some storage limitations. The Jimdo Start plan is one of the cheapest plans. It's the entry-level paid plan, and it offers additional features, removes the limitations of the free plan, and also includes a domain as well for the first year, and more storage space, and the ability to connect a custom domain. So it's a good option for personal websites and small projects, and also it's really good that if you don't have a domain, because you can get a domain free for 1 year if you were to buy it through Jimdo as well. The next one then is the Grow plan, and this has everything the Start plan has, but then also activates the SEO settings that you have, and you can also have viewer statistics and personalized support within 4 hours as well. The Grow Legal plan is suitable for growing businesses and offers more advanced features. It includes all the features of the Start plan and the Grow plan, along with the customized legalized text that we talked about for the privacy policy pages, and any updates about legal changes as well. And then you have the Unlimited, and this basically has everything that the other plans have, including unlimited storage. They also have professional design analysis, and you also get premium support within 1 hour as well. It's great towards businesses and organizations that require a lot more resources and advanced features. It includes all the features of the Grow plan, but with unlimited storage, additional e-commerce features, and email marketing capabilities, as well as the enhanced SEO options. It's worth noting though that Jimdo does occasionally offer discounts and promotions, so it's a good idea to check the website for any current deals. But additionally, Jimdo also offers the e-commerce specific plans, and these plans are designed for online stores and provide advanced e-commerce features such as inventory management, order tracking, flexible payment options, and a lot more. This is slightly different to the Wix pricing. I would say the Wix pricing is slightly more cheaper, as their most basic plan starts at £4 a month. Now, it doesn't remove any of the branding the way the Jimdo plans one does, but it does have a connect domain. Both Jimdo and Wix offer free plans that allow you to create basic websites without cost, but they come with limitations like branded domains and limited storage space. But I would say Jimdo's free plan has more restrictions compared to Wix's free plan, which offers more flexibility and features as well. With Wix's free plan, you still get the basic SEO settings. You can have as many pages as you want as well. It just has a lot of the branding, and it has the Wix subdomain as well. I would say Wix offers a wider range of options compared to Jimdo. Wix provides multiple plans tailored to different needs, and they vary in terms of features, storage, and bandwidth. Jimdo, on the other hand, offers a more streamlined pricing structure with fewer plan options. And in general, Wix offers more comprehensive and advanced features across their pricing tiers compared to Jimdo. And Wix's higher tier plans provide access to features like advanced design options, extensive app marketplaces, and things like that. But Jimdo's plans are relatively simpler and focus on essential features for website building and basic e-commerce. Ultimately, the choice between Jimdo and website depends on your specific budget and the level of features and customization you need for your website. If you click through our channel, you can see more about Wix's pricing and also Wix in general to see which features that you think you'll need the most, and explore their pricing details and compare the features that way. Overall though, when comparing Jimdo and Wix, there are some key points to consider. Both Jimdo and Wix offer user-friendly interfaces with the drag and drop functionality. However, Wix generally has a more intuitive and robust website builder interface. Wix also offers a larger selection of visually stunning and highly customizable templates compared to Jimdo. Wix's templates cover various industries and design styles, allowing for more creativity and customizations, while I would say Jimdo has a bit more of a limited selection. And Jimdo generally offers more simplified pricing options with fewer tiers and plans to choose from, and Wix provides a wider range of plans offering more flexibility and scalability. While both platforms have free plans, Wix's free plans offer more features and flexibility compared to Jimdo's free plans. Both platforms also offer support through knowledge bases, tutorials, and community forums. Wix, however, has a larger and more active user community and provides more extensive customer support options, including phone support, which Jimdo does not offer. Ultimately, the choice between Jimdo and Wix depends on your specific needs and budget, as well as your technical requirements. If you prioritize a wider range of features, advanced customization options, and a larger template selection, Wix might be the better choice, but if you prefer a more streamlined and simplified approach with a focus on essential website building and features, Jimdo could be a suitable option. It's recommended to explore both platforms, test their free plans, and consider your specific goals before making a decision. So that concludes my review of Jimdo. Overall, it provides a really accessible and user-friendly solution for catering to websites without the need for extensive technical knowledge. There is a range of features and there's really good customizable templates as well that will help you basically establish a strong online presence. There are some limitations compared to more advanced platforms like Wix or even Squarespace, but Jimdo can be a really great choice for those seeking a straightforward and affordable way to build their own websites. Thank you for watching, and I hope this review has helped you in your decision-making process. If you find the video helpful, or if you've tried Jimdo yourself, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more website builder review content. Thanks. And lastly, we have Site123. So Site123 is a user-friendly web builder that incorporates AI technology to simplify the website creation process. It offers an intelligent assistant that guides users through the setup and customization of their websites. Site123 provides various templates and allows for easy content and management. To get started with the Site123, you just want to go into the site123.com website, and you can find the link in the bio below. And what you want to do is just click on Start Here to start building your website using their free website builder. The first thing that they'll ask you is what type of website do you want to create. If it's a normal kind of portfolio website, blog website, a simple landing page, or an online store. In this video, we're going to try building a blog. And then they'll ask you for what kind of blog are you going to be writing about. And they'll give you some options like fashion and beauty, travel and tourism, recreation and sport, things like that. If none of them actually match what your blog is promoting, that's no problem. It'll just ask you to click here and then you can move on to the next step. In this video, we're just going to use business marketing as our example. And then you just want to give your business or marketing blog a name. And then you just want to sign up as the final step. And again, at this point, everything is free. There's nothing that you need to pay for right now. So you can either sign up with Google, with Facebook, or just sign up with your normal website and phone number and email. It will then start loading your editor and building up your site. Some key features of Site123 is that it's very easy to use. It's designed to be very beginner friendly, providing a simple and intuitive website creation process, and you can choose from a variety of templates as well and customize them to suit your needs. So you'll start off here in your website dashboard, and this is where you'll kind of manage your site if you wanted to edit it, upgrade to a different domain, manage your site settings, any messages, blogs, things like that. It'll all be set up here. What you want to do first, so you have the blog set up here, and what you want to do is click into edit to start editing your blog website. And you can see it's already kind of built out for you as a starting step, and all you really need to do is change things like the design, the layout, add your own sections, add your own pages. What you can do first is update the colors and fonts, and this is really good. This is a good first step, as you want to make sure that the site is continuously using your brand's theme color, your brand's font, and things like that. So what you want to do is go into the design part at top, and you want to click into colors. And you want to look at the different color schemes that there are. Right now with those Site123, if you're on the free version, they'll have a range of different color features and color palettes set up. However, if you wanted to use your own custom colors, it is part of the paid plan and you'll need to upgrade to one of their plans as well. But if you're not wanting to upgrade so soon now, they do have a range of different color palettes to choose from. It's a good way to kind of get started and see if the site builder is what you need and will make sense for you to purchase in the future. So you can go through each of the color palettes and see which one kind of makes sense for you, and then later when you upgrade, you can update with your own colors. The next thing you can also do is the fonts. So if you click into fonts here, and again, they'll have different font pairings. You can see here with a little preview as well, and you can click on them to kind of preview all of the font pairings across your website. But again, if you wanted to use your own custom font pairings, then you would need to upgrade to one of their plans. But otherwise, again, similar to the color palettes, there's loads of different font pairings that you can use, so it's not like you're limited that much when it comes to using the free version. The next thing that you want to do is edit the header and footer, and this is really easy. All you need to do is click into the header section on the top toggle bar here, and you can customize things like showing different social networks, showing the phone number, showing emails, things like that. And all you need to do is just toggle each of these things to decide if you want to show it or not. And then once you've toggled it, then all you need to do is just click on edit to edit like the phone number, and then you can edit the social networks and things like that. It's also up to you if you want to arrange them in different sections. So the call to action buttons, we have social network, email and phone, but what we can do is just change the arrangement as well. Simple drag and drop, and then that changes the header. If you click on footer and scroll down, you can see all of the footer layouts, and there's different sort of layouts here, and it's up to you if you wanted to add different call to actions and different layouts as well, and different features. What's really good about this builder is that it is very drag and drop. So for example, we have this homepage that's already built out for us. Maybe we want to add another kind of layout as well. So all we need to do is, for example, this section here, we can click into templates and we can pick from one of the templates that's already set up for us, and then just apply that to our site as well. You can also just change specifically this layout if everything else is fine, but you want to maybe change the background color. You get the options of what you can change for each section when you click into each of the section. To change contents, for example, we have this content here. It's really easy to change text content. You just click into the text and then just type in the actual text that you want it to show. And again, you just want to click on adding each section and focusing on what you want to add, and edit the background colors, edit the text exactly how you need it. The next thing that you want to do is add pages. So right now we have the home, blog and a contact us page, but maybe we also want to add an about us page. So what you want to do is go into the page at the top and you want to click on add new page. And there's different ways you can go about it. You can add a page based on what's popular, or you can just look into directly what kind of page that you want. So we want to do an about us page, so I'm going to, in the search bar, I'm going to click on about, and it's going to show me about a bunch of about sections as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of the sections, and that is our about page. And again, all I need to do is change the layout. If I wanted to, I can click into layouts, and then other than that, I can change the content as well. I can choose an image, I can choose several images, I can choose a video as well. And then just edit exactly how I need to. Once you're done with everything, you can click on publish, and this is the bit where you may need to update as well. So if we go back to the dashboard, you can see currently our domain name is this series of random letters and numbers, and this is because we are still on the free site. What we want to do is use one of the domains, either the one that they suggest or one that we may already have. In order to do that, we need to click on upgrade now and upgrade to one of their hosting plans. So you can see they've got different plans from gold to basic, starting at like £10 a month to about £16 a month. Keep in mind that these are the promotional time offers. So once the promotion is done, then if you're paying the full price. In this case, if you go for gold, it's about £27.45. The main difference between all of these is the mailing list messages, so the amount of messages that you can send. If you're on the basic plan, you can't send any mailbox messages and you don't get any mailbox. But then from then on, you can send. There's a limit to how many mailing list messages you can send. There's a limit to the mailboxes, and in terms of e-commerce, the e-commerce side, you will need to have the professional and gold plans in order to be able to make a certain amount of orders every month as well. So with the free plan, you can create your basic website with limited features. It does include the 500 MB storage, the 123 subdomain, and branding on your site. The premium site will offer the 4 premium plans, and they vary in storage, they vary in features as well. So using AI web builders over manually coding websites or using templates offers several benefits. First one being that it's a very user-friendly interface. So as you've seen, a lot of these AI web builders typically have intuitive drag and drop interfaces that make it easy for users without coding knowledge to create and design websites. This eliminates the need to learn complex programming languages or hire professional developers. AI web developers enable rapid website creation by leveraging pre-designed templates, AI algorithms, and automation. The process is streamlined, allowing you to build a website quickly. This saves time and reduces costs compared to hiring a web developer or coding a website from scratch. Speaking of coding, there's no coding skills required because AI web builders eliminate that need by making website creation accessible to a broader audience. You can build a professional looking website without having to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or any other kind of programming language. AI builders often provide design suggestions, layout recommendations, and color schemes based on user preference or the specific industry. This guidance can be invaluable, especially for those without a strong design background, ensuring a visually appealing and cohesive website. AI web builders typically produce websites that are responsive and optimized for various devices like desktops, tablets, and smartphones, and this ensures that your website looks and functions well across different screen sizes. A lot of AI web builders also handle the technical aspects, including software updates, and this frees you from the responsibility of maintaining and updating the website infrastructure, allowing you to focus on content creation and business growth as well. There's a lot of built-in features and integrations as well, like contact forms, image galleries, e-commerce functionality, analytics, and social media integration. These ready-to-use elements save time and effort as they're readily available without additional coding or plugins. Reputable AI builders also offer customer support to assist with any questions or technical issues they might encounter. This support can be valuable, especially for beginners or those with limited technical knowledge. While AI web builders offer a lot of benefits, it's important to consider some of the limitations as well. These builders have some limitations compared to manually coding a website, such as limited customizations. The available design options and templates and functionality may not fully align with your specific vision or requirements, especially if you have complex designs, needs, or unique functionality requirements. Manually coding may offer more flexibility. While AI web builders aim to simplify the website creation process, there can still be a learning curve associated with using these platforms. They don't necessarily require coding knowledge just yet. You may need to invest time in learning how to navigate the builder and make the most of its features as well. There could be some scalability issues, particularly for websites with complex or evolving needs. If your website requires advanced functionality, extensive database integration, or significant customization, it may be more challenging to achieve with an AI builder than manually coding it. While AI web builders offer a range of templates to choose from, there is that possibility that your website might end up looking too similar to other websites using the same platform. If creating a unique and distinct online presence is crucial to your brand, then it may be limited by the constraints of the AI web builder templates. And when you're using an AI builder, you're reliant on the platform's ongoing availability and support. So if the platform experiences any technical issues, undergoes changes, or even stops being in use altogether, it can impact your website's functionality and availability. With AI builders also, you have limited control over certain aspects of your website. The platform's terms and conditions may place restrictions on specific customizations, ownership of content, and it's important to review those terms and conditions and understand the limitations before committing to an AI web builder. And that wraps up our exploration of AI web builders. From the user-friendly interfaces to drag-and-drop functionality, these tools have revolutionized website creation, making it faster and easier for anyone to establish their online presence. Whether you're a small business owner, a content creator, or an aspiring entrepreneur, AI web builders offer a convenient solution to bring your website vision to life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.